Power, control, redemption. These are the forces that shape James St. Patrick, better known as Ghost, the enigmatic anti-hero of the hit TV show Power. A man torn between two worlds, the cutthroat drug empire he built and the legitimate life he craves. Ghost is the embodiment of internal conflict, but beneath the designer suits and calculated moves lies a fractured psyche molded by survival, ambition, and deep-seated trauma. What psychological forces drive Ghost's decisions? How do his relationships expose his deepest fears and desires? And ultimately, how do his choices shape not only his fate but the lives of everyone around him? In this episode of PsychScreenPerspectives, let's deep dive into the mind of Ghost. James St. Patrick is a man of paradoxes. He is intelligent, strategic, and driven, yet haunted by an unresolved past and the inability to escape the world he so desperately wants to leave behind. At the core of Ghost's psyche is a classic case of cognitive dissonance. He wants to be a legitimate businessman, yet he cannot sever ties with his criminal empire. This internal battle fuels his actions and makes him one of television's most psychologically compelling characters. Ghost exhibits traits of narcissistic personality disorder. He craves power and control, often viewing himself as superior to others. His charisma and ability to manipulate those around him are classic hallmarks of Machiavellianism, a key component of the dark triad personality traits. However, unlike a true sociopath, Ghost possesses a deep emotional core, particularly when it comes to his family. His psychological complexity is further heightened by his deep-seated trauma, likely stemming from his upbringing and early exposure to the drug game, which conditioned him to equate survival with dominance and deception. Ghost's relationships are a reflection of his fractured psyche. His marriage to Tasha represents the life he has built, one rooted in the drug empire, wealth, and status. However, his love affair with Angela symbolized the life he dreams of, one of legitimacy, escape, and redemption. These relationships highlight his internal conflict. Tasha understands and enables his darker side, while Angela ignites his longing for a new beginning. But the irony? Both relationships are doomed by his inability to fully commit to either persona. His relationship with his son Tyreek is one of the most psychologically rich aspects of the show. Ghost's desires to shield Tyreek from the world he was born into is a classic case of generational trauma, yet his actions inadvertently push Tyreek closer to that very world. Tyreek's eventual rebellion and transformation into his own version of Ghost is a testament to the cyclical nature of trauma and the consequences of parental deception. Meanwhile, his brotherly bond with Tommy Egan represents loyalty but also serves as a psychological tether to his past. Tommy is both Ghost's most trusted ally and greatest liability. Their dynamic is a fascinating exploration of codependency. Ghost wants to outgrow the life they built together, but Tommy refuses to let go, mirroring Ghost's own subconscious resistance to change. To truly understand Ghost, we must look at where he comes from. His early exposure to crime and survival shaped his worldview. The streets taught him that emotions are a weakness, trust is dangerous, and power is the ultimate currency. These lessons molded him into the cold, calculating figure we see on screen. His ability to compartmentalize, separating his criminal actions from his personal aspirations, is a coping mechanism rooted in trauma. Ghost's upbringing likely conditioned him to view success as synonymous with control, making it nearly impossible for him to let go of his empire, no matter how much he claims to want a clean slate. Ghost also struggles with a distorted sense of identity. The persona of Ghost allows him to wield fear and power, but James St. Patrick is the man he longs to be. This internal struggle is the foundation of his psychological torment, leading to self-sabotage and ultimately his tragic downfall. Every action Ghost takes sends ripples through his world, often with devastating consequences. His relentless pursuit of power and legitimacy is filled with contradictions. He eliminates threats with ruthless precision, yet mourns the loss of his humanity. His deception and manipulation push away the very people he loves, leaving him increasingly isolated. His choices directly impact those closest to him. Tasha's transformation from devoted wife to independent strategist is a response to his betrayal. Angela's tragic fate is a direct consequence of her entanglement with Ghost's dual life. Tyreek's descent into crime is the most heartbreaking example of how Ghost's inability to break free from his past ultimately dooms his own son to repeat the cycle. In the end, Ghost's story is one of inevitable tragedy. His inability to reconcile his two identities, his desire for redemption, and his addiction to power seals his fate. His death is not just a plot twist, it is the psychological culmination of a man who could never truly escape the world he built. Ghost's journey in power is a psychological masterpiece, an intricate study of ambition, trauma, and the price of power. His mind is a battlefield, constantly at war between the past and the future, between power and redemption. In the end, Ghost teaches us a powerful lesson. No matter how much we strive to change, the ghosts of our past will always haunt us if we fail to confront them head on. Thank you for tuning into PsychScreenPerspectives. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Ghost's psyche, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more psychological breakdowns of your favorite characters. Let me know in the comments below which character you want me to analyze next. Until next time, keep questioning, keep analyzing, and keep exploring the minds of the most complex characters on screen.